Well, welcome back, kids, to the craft portion of our lesson on angels. And what do you think we'll do for our craft today? I think we need to make an angel, right? So I thought what we'd do is we'd start with some different supplies. All right, we learned how important these angels were in this Christmas story. So we need to get some things together. You know, you need an angel. An angel, we're going to pretend they're these pretty little angels and they're going to have hair. So we need to have some yarn. Okay, now you can use like a little string if you want. This is like when you're using like cross stitch, you're doing needlepoint, things like that. You can use that kind of string, all right, if you'd like. You can use yarn, and I actually found this pretty yellow yarn that I'm going to use for my angel that I'm going to make with you today. And what you also need when you look at this, you're going to need a little spoon, okay? One of these, just a common, ordinary little spoon. These are going to be your little wings and the dress, all right? And all you're going to need are these little paper doilies. Now, keep in mind that most of these supplies that I use are found at a dollar store, all right? Everything's $1, okay? So you can go in and get these things. I actually got this big set of doilies for $1, okay? So you can get those. And then the yarn I got actually at Joan Fabrics, and I got this beautiful paper to make halos, and it was like 79 cents, so it wasn't very expensive, so it won't break the bank, all right? So you can get that, and then in order to fasten it on, you can actually use either string, you can use little pipe cleaners if you want to. You kind of have to use your creativity and see what works best for you, and some tape is always good to have, some glue if you need. I know that our studio producer always tells me I need to use something that's darker, so I have a little black marker here today so that you can see their little facial expressions, all right? And scissors, of course, all right? And I think I gathered everything, and if I didn't mention everything, just watch as we're going through with this little craft, and you'll see what I forgot, okay? But we're gonna get started, and we're gonna do, first of all, the wings, all right? So we're going to take our little paper doily, and all you need to do is just fold it in half, and that'll line up beautifully to get you to the half point. So just fold it in half, and you're going to actually crease it, because what you're going to need to do is cut this in half, all right? That's all it's going to require to make your little dress and your wings, all right? So we're going to see that little crease on there. We're going to just cut that right in half. And again, like Miss Donna usually tells you, if you are very young and maybe you have a hard time cutting these things, please ask your mom, ask your dad, your aunt or uncle, or someone that's in the house that's older, or maybe an older sibling to help you so you don't hurt yourself, all right? So in order to get started with our little wings, we're going to do this. We're going to fold it, and they call it an accordion fold, all right? Now your mom will know what this means, but basically what you're going to take is just fold a little bit, crease it right through, all right? So you have that little bit. So you crease it that way, then you're going to fold it over the other way, and again, that same amount that you creased the first time, you're going to crease again. And you take this back and forth, so it makes a little accordion fold. All right, when you think of an accordion, it's that instrument that you go like this, and it has all those little folds, all right? So that's why they call that an accordion fold. Well, that'll make a great set of wings for our angels. I have to be honest with you, I think this is the hardest part of the lesson today in order to make these wings work, all right? So you're going to pinch it off in the center, and this is where you're going to want to either take a little bit of string. What I found that works great is a pipe cleaner, all right? So you're going to actually take this, and you're going to actually crease it, like try to get it so it's almost in the center, and you're going to want the side that is like the good side to show in the front. So if you make a mistake, it's really not the end of the world, but just kind of pinch it there, and you're going to just kind of twist this little pipe cleaner so that it just gives you a nice little wing effect. Can you see that? All right, so that's going to be our little wings, all right, and try to get it so it's in the center. I'm not quite sure if I have it quite centered, but you can shift it if you need to. So that's going to be our wings, and then you're going to place it on your spoon, all right? When you place it on the spoon, this is going to be the face, all right, this part of the spoon. So you want the good side of the wings showing on this side if you can do that, all right? So we're going to do that right now. I'm going to do it with you so that way you can understand, because I found this part was the hardest part of it all. So let's make sure that you can get this correct. All right, so you're going to put this on. It's actually going to be this way, because he's kind of in the back. And I'm going to do it with you so that if you have any problems, it just makes it a little bit more easy to understand. And let's hope Miss Donna can do it nicely for you here today. Because I did struggle with this, so just be patient with it. It'll work. It just takes a little bit of practice and a little bit of patience. Maybe a lot of patience. Okay, but just take your time. All right, you can actually use those as little arms if you want to, and you can adjust it, to make it look nice. All right, but that's kind of where we are. All right, now this next part isn't quite as hard. All right, this is the little dress, and when you're going to make it like a little cone or a little funnel. I know we've done a lot of these different techniques in some of our other lessons, so just kind of think about it. If you've done them with me, you're learning different lessons and little steps to do for future lessons. Okay, so you're going to take this and you're going to just kind of make a little cape or a little funnel with it, but you want to leave a little bit of an opening because that's where your spoon is going to fit in there. All right, so you just take it there. Now you can glue this, but what we're going to do for time is we're going to tape it. All right, just so that you can see how this goes. But if you don't have tape, you can glue it. If you don't have glue, you can tape it. Whatever works best for you. We're going to just tape it on the outside. And then I would recommend that you tape it inside as well, just to make it a little sturdier. Because if you're going to put this on the tree, you want it to hold up. All right. All right, so we have our little dress. And then what you're going to do is just take it, because there's like a little opening there that's wide enough to get your spoon in. But then as you get to the neck part, you're going to twist it. All right, and then you're right here, and this is where you can actually glue it on or tape it to your little spoon. Do whatever you need to. And then I'm going to just set this aside because I want to show you the hair and the little face. So again, I did one that was yellow, and I did one with the brown hair. All right, and as I said, you can do them with the little string. You can make it something like the string, whatever, you want to make your angel maybe look like you, okay? However you want to, do it that way. And all you're going to do is actually, and we've done this in some of our other crafts as well, is just take your string or your yarn or whatever you're using for the hair, and you're going to cut it so that it's equal lengths. All right, so you're going to just take a piece and cut it. And then from that point on, I would recommend that you cut about 7 pieces the same length. So you'll go through and you'll be cutting these the same length, line them up, and just go through, cut them. And sometimes the yarn or the string might be a little difficult to cut through. So again, have your mom or someone help you with it, but just get these all through. And I just want to show you this so that you remember, or if you haven't seen the lessons, you'll know how to do this for this lesson, all right? And honestly, if they're not absolutely the same length, you can fix it when we're going to the end, all right? But just to try to keep it as level or even as possible, it just makes it a little easier. So we have 5 pieces here. I'm going to do a couple more. And that is 6. And you know what, this last one I'm going to make a little longer, and I'll show you why, because I'm going to actually use this one to just tie them up, okay? Because this is going to give us the little part in our hair, all right? So we're going to just take this, just put it this way. Tie it around. And you can tie it tightly, all right? And then this, you just kind of flatten it out. So then this way, this will make it look like some hair, all right? And at this point, if you need to even them out, if maybe the hair is too long on one side or too short on the other, you can kind of even them out a little bit. So you make this, and then you're going to actually put it on your spoon, just like this, okay? This is where you'll take a little bit of your glue, and glue is like, it works really nice if you just kind of move it around. And then you just put that little hair right on the top. And then you can actually kind of just smooth it in where that glue is to make it look like it's real hair laying by her face. And at this point, you can actually, like, if you feel like the hair needs to be cut a little bit, give them a little haircut. All right, however you want it to be. And at this point also is when you put your little eyes and your little mouth on if you want to. And again, we're gonna just do a little quick, we'll put some little eyes on here. And you know, we learned about the angels, how they praise God and different things. Now, do they sing? I would say if they praise God, they might be singing. So we're going to just put it so it almost has an open mouth. All right, so it's almost singing. So again, so then that would fit into your little piece where you have the wings, all right? But just to kind of show you, now if you find that it's easier for you to do the face and let it dry overnight and then put your wings on and put your dress on, that will be great, all right? I usually see a lot of these projects work nicely for 2 days, like a 2-step process to let things dry so it works nice. But you can do that way if you have to. But the fun thing with the halo is, you know, if you want to do a halo, and like I said, I got this, it was at John Fabrics. It was this really pretty paper, and I circled, it was actually a little cap from a little medicine cap that I had, and make a nice circle. It doesn't have to be really large, but it'll give you that nice halo. So if you get a nice circle like this, and just trace it, and I'm going to just make sure that you can see this on here. Cut that out. Then all you need to do is glue it to the back and you'll have your nice halo. And then if you want to, and I'm going to just show you this really quickly. You can hang it on your tree. If you don't want to hang it on your tree, you don't have to. I mean, you do whatever you want with your little angel. But you can make a bunch of them. I have a bunch of them sitting here on the table. I figure there's a host of angels, so there's lots of them. All right, so you have your little halo. And again, like I said, what you could do is just take this glue, put a little glue on the back of it, right? And then you're going to take your halo and just find a spot where you want it to be. If you're going to put it on the tree, you're probably going to want to make sure your halo sticks up a little bit, because you can either hole punch it there, you could do a little punch, or if you don't have one of those, because some of you may not have that, once it dries, just have your mom take like a little needle with a little string. It could be a tiny little string, because you won't need a really strong string, and make a little needle with a string and poke a little hole through and make a little loop, and you could hang it on your tree branch. But that way you'll have your own little angel, and that way also you can tell your family or your friends when they see it, you could share with them the story that you learned about the angels and about the story of the angels in this particular Christmas season. All right, so I hope you have fun with it. If you do make angels, please share them with us. We'd love to see your angels. We'd love to see them hanging on the tree, okay? Or how you're decorating your home. And you could keep those angels within your home all year long. They don't have to be only there for Christmas time. All right, but I had fun with you. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. It's been wonderful just teaching you all these wonderful little crafts. But until I see you next week or next time, God bless.